Hi, my name is Brendan McFall from the Northland PACSmen, and I'm here to talk to you today about how to plan a system upgrade. As with any good project, the first step is to build out your team. So you're generally going to want the following people as a part of this project. The first is to get your system administrator on board. Secondly, you're also going to want certified engineers. This could be your own internal staff, this could be your integrators, employees, or you could even contract the manufacturer's professional services team. The next person you're also going to want to engage is a member of your IT staff. If you're building out a new system, you may be running into issues with ports and firewalls, so it's nice to have a point of contact to reach out to help you with these issues. And then lastly, you're also going to want a member of your security operations team. Keep in mind that during these upgrades, you might have brief outages within your system, so these guys can help you deploy guards and staff on site if needed. The next thing you're going to want to discuss is your system design. If you're implementing an upgrade based on the system that's deployed today, it makes it a little bit easier because you maybe not have any design changes. But if you're going to be combining this project with perhaps a hardware refresh, this is a great time to relook at your system design if necessary. Keep in mind these following topics. The first is your infrastructure and architecture. Are you going to be utilizing servers? Are you going to be utilizing VMs? Is this an opportunity for you to put a lot of your infrastructure in the cloud? Next, you're also going to want to look at the way that you're setting up your application servers, your database servers, and your comm servers. Is your system small enough to have those all installed on one box, or are you going to need to deploy multiple devices and units? Next, is your company growing to the point where it might be useful to deploy an enterprise system? And then lastly, I also encourage companies to look at their disaster recovery plans. So you have your infrastructure and architecture figured out. Now it's time to look at compatibilities. This is especially important if you're upgrading what's in place today. So generally, you're going to want to look at first your servers. Are your servers that are deployed compatible with the latest version of the application that you're installing? And don't just only look at servers, make sure you're looking at your client workstations as well. You're going to want to have your operators and users be able to connect to the system. And then lastly, you're also going to want to look at your devices. So are your panels on the latest and greatest firmware? Or if you're doing a video management upgrade, are your cameras on compatible firmware with the application version that you're upgrading to? And the last part of system design are third-party integrations. So do you have an existing HR feed? If so, make sure that you're obviously building that into your project plan. Or do you have something like a access control and video management integration? You're going to want to make sure that you build that out and configure it properly to make sure that it works with your new system. All right, so you've completed your system design. Now is a good time to start testing in dev. If you don't have a dev system in place, I highly encourage you to begin a project and build one out, because I think it's really important to test the latest version in dev to make sure it works with any custom integrations that you have, custom reporting that you've built, and just provide you an option to give yourself a chance at doing the upgrade before you're actually going into production. The next step in putting together your upgrade plan is to figure out your database backups. Work with your team to develop what is your data retention policy. This could come from your IT department, or you could define it yourself. Additionally, I'd encourage you to check the level of database backups that you're taking today. So when's the last time that you actually exported a database backup to see if it worked? The next step for upgrade planning is to create a rollback plan. So if you are building on a new system, it makes it a lot easier to roll back, because then you can just point your panels back to the original existing system. However, if you're going to go with a new system or implementing an upgrade of what's in place today, if you're utilizing VMs, one option could be to take snapshots and re-import that snapshot. But it's important that you have that well defined before you actually go through with the actual upgrade. So the last two pieces to your upgrade planning is to define your schedule and communication. For scheduling, you're going to want to obviously talk to your resources on your staff and go over availabilities, making sure that they're all scheduled and coordinated appropriately. And then lastly, for communication, making sure you're notifying your GSOC or your end users of possible system outages. You're also going to want to talk to your operations staff or your facility staff. Again, there's going to be periods of outages during this upgrade, so having guards on staff if necessary, guarding your high value rooms, making sure that all of that is communicated ahead of time. With all those thoughts in mind, you're well on your way to creating your own successful upgrade plan. I'd encourage you to comment below and share your own tips and tricks for upgrades. Thanks for watching. As always, you can keep up with the Northland PACSmen on LinkedIn, and make sure to give us a follow to stay up on the latest and greatest stuff that's going on with the PACSmen.